If you're looking to get your MyPlayer to 99 overall as fast as you possibly can without wasting any time, then you came to the right video. Today, I'll be giving you the fastest methods proven to max out your MyPlayer at the fastest possible speed. I spent weeks testing all of these methods so that you didn't have to, and if you could like the video, it would make all that time worth it. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into method number one. And getting into method number one is going to be the Street Kings progression method. Now, this method, in my opinion, is by far the best because you are going to get the most amount of MyPoints, and it is by far the fastest way to get your build to a 99 overall. Now, the first thing you want to do, you want to go ahead and go to Street Kings, which is right here on the map. It is right next to the Puma store and the Converse store. And then once you are here, you're going to see this big blue building right here, and you want to go ahead and go in. And then once you go ahead and go into the Street Kings building, you're going to be put into this area right here. You want to go to either the right hall over there or to the left hall over here. Me personally, I always go to the left hall. And then once you go ahead and go down the hall, you are going to see this area right here where there is going to be a court that you can play on. Now, this court right here is completely single player. You do not need any teammates. And what makes it so good is this court is literally so easy to win games on and progress your player on. Now, there is a method that you want to do in game, which I'm about to get into in a second. But every single game you play on here, as long as you do the method, you're going to get the most amount of MyPoints you can possibly get, and it's really easy. But before you go ahead and play a Street Kings game, you want to make sure you go to your settings and you want to put your difficulty on rookie. Now, you're going to see this little warning message right here that tells you adjusting game difficulty will modify the amount of VC and MyPoints earned, but it is only for NBA games. A lot of people make the mistake, they think it goes for like every single mode. So for that reason, you want to go ahead and put your game difficulty on rookie because it is going to make it so easy in the Street Kings. And then once you go ahead and switch your game difficulty to rookie, you want to go up to this billboard right here, which is going to allow you to play Street Kings games. Now, the first thing that we must do before we can do the actual method is going to be to unlock some teammates. Now, the way that you can unlock teammates is if you beat any of these opponents right here, you are going to unlock them as an available teammate. Now, the two teammates that you want to go after is going to be the Phantom and Salty Sam. Now, the reason for that is for two reasons. Reason number one, if you take a look at both of their pie charts, their dunk and layup is among the highest of any of the opponents. But reason number two is they are both centers, and what that means for us is they're going to be really tall and they're going to be really easy to throw lobs to. So yeah, what you want to go ahead and do, you want to play both of them so you can unlock them as opponents. If you've already beaten them, then you don't have to play them again, but as long as you have them unlocked as teammates, you are then ready to do the method. So yeah, again, all you want to do, literally all you want to do once you play against these players, you just want to beat them. There's no special method there. As long as you beat them, you will unlock them as teammates. As you can see, I'm currently beating the Phantom. And as you can see, I now have both Salty Sam and the Phantom available as teammates simply because I beat them. Once you go ahead and unlock the Phantom and Salty Sam on your team, the next thing to do is going to be picking an opponent to do this method against. Now, the easiest opponent by far to play against is going to be Steel Grip, and that is because his entire team is made up of point guards. Like I said earlier, the main goal of this method is going to be to throw lobs because that gives you the most amount of MyPoints. And playing against three different point guards gives us the best chance to complete an alley-oop, especially considering when both of our teammates are both centers with the highest amount of dunking. Now, once you go ahead and get into the game, there are a few different things you want to do. First up, on defense, you want to make sure that you guard Palmer literally every single time. Now, what you want to do, it's literally nothing special. You just want to leave him wide open literally every single play. And I'm not even joking, every single time I've played him, I have never seen him hit a shot, and it's a free stop every single time. Now, when you go ahead and get on the offensive side of the ball, what you want to do literally every single possession is call for a screen, wait for your teammate to make contact with who's guarding you, and then throw him the lob every single time. That right there actually wasn't even a smart lob to throw because it wasn't even really open, but that goes to show just how OP having high dunking teammates goes. Like, even bad lobs that you throw will still be completed. So again, on defense, we just want to leave Palmer open every single time. Try to get the rebound, but we didn't get it right there. That's still okay. Rebounds aren't that important. And then again, on the offensive side of the ball, we want to call for a screen, wait for him to make contact, wait a second, and then throw the lob. It's literally that simple, and you just want to do this the entirety of the game. Now, there are a few things you want to watch for. Thing number one is going to be not getting a low teammate grade. Right now, my teammate grade is only a B-, so it's nothing too low yet. But if you pick up some turnovers or you get some defensive breakdowns, your teammate grade is going to go down. And when you have a lower teammate grade, you are not going to get as much MyPoints. That right there is also going to happen when they actually play good defense on the lob. When that happens, you just want to go ahead and reset, and then throw the lob one more time. It is literally that simple. On this build that I'm playing on right now, I literally only have a 60 pass. And if you're playing on a build that has like anything above that, like anything lower than that as well, it's still going to be really easy. Like, you don't even need a high pass to do this. That's the really good thing about this method. But just one more time, you want to call for a screen. If it's not there, just go ahead and reset. You really don't want to throw a lob to whoever steel grip is guarding. It's going to be a little inconsistent, but even with it being inconsistent, it still works most of the time. I mean, look at that lob right there. And another thing that is going to happen most of the time whenever you do this method, you are going to fill up the shut it down meter. Now, if you don't know what that is, basically what it does, it's that second yellow bar at the bottom of the screen right there. And if you fill up that second yellow bar that is at the top, the game is going to end early. Now, that bar is almost full and my game is about to end early. Usually the games end at 21. But if you fill up that bar, that is when the game will end. And when it does fill up all the way, you will get less MyPoints. That is true. A lot of people, like, they get, see right there, that's what I'm talking about. Whenever you fill up the shut it down meter, you will get less MyPoints than if you were to play the entire game. But I wouldn't really view this as a bad thing, because whenever you get the shut it down meter, it is going to save you a lot of time. We just finished this game in half the time that it would have usually taken us. And yes, we are going to get a little bit less MyPoints. You usually get 20,000 with this method, but we get around 8,000, which is half the MyPoints, but we also only spent half the time, and we're going to be able to get into another game right after this quicker, so we don't really lose any MyPoints. But like I said, the Street Kings level up method is by far the best method for getting MyPoints in the entire game. It doesn't matter if you fill up the shut it down meter when you're playing, it doesn't matter if you play the entire game all the way through. As long as you are only throwing alley-oop assists and you are not getting a lot of defensive breakdowns and a lot of turnovers, then you will be getting the most amount of MyPoints you can possibly get. Now, if you were looking for the fastest possible method to progress your badges while also getting MyPoints on top of that, then this next method is going to be for you. Now, getting into method number 2 for the fastest way to progress your player to 99 overall in NBA 2K26, and that is going to be the open court method. Now, I do think method number 1 is a lot better for grinding MyPoints, but if you were looking to get your badges upgraded and getting MyPoints in the process, you will get a little bit less MyPoints, but this method is by far the fastest method for getting badge points. So to do this method, you want to go right here on the map to the open court athletics training gym. Once you go ahead and go here, you want to go ahead and go in. And then once you are here, you want to walk up to this billboard right here. Now, if you take a look at the top of the screen, it is going to have a challenge that it tells you to do. Now, it is going to be different every single day, I believe, so make sure you actually read what it tells you to do. But as you can see, it says Dion's challenge, 3 times badge multiplier, score 6 unassisted baskets. And then if we do that, we are going to get a 3-time badge multiplier. So what you want to go ahead and do, you want to walk up to the billboard and you want to hit start game. Once you find out what your challenge actually is, again, it is going to be different pretty often, so you want to make sure what the challenge is. It is going to pop up on screen as well right there, so if it changes, you will know. Just make sure you read it. So for me, it is score 6 unassisted baskets. It is that simple. That's all I want to do. All I'm going to do literally every single time up the court is just do a snatch pack and then just shoot immediately. Of course, it doesn't really matter exactly what you do. That's what I'm going to do personally, but you want to do the challenge. Like, however you do it doesn't really matter, as long as you do the challenge that it tells you to do. Again, we're going to be very safe. We're going to dribble the ball like multiple times just to make sure it doesn't credit my teammates with an assist. But as long as you beat whatever challenge it tells you to do, you are good, and you're going to get 3 times badge progression. Boom, that is our second basket right there. So yeah, I would really only use this one for grinding badges if I'm being honest with you. But don't get me wrong, we're still going to get a really good amount of MyPoints from this mode. Again though, just be careful that you don't accidentally mess up your challenge, because if you do, you're not going to get that badge multiplier. But as you can see, I just beat my challenge. 6 out of 6 unassisted baskets made. We get some decent VC. I already have my MyPoints max and my badges max, so I can't really showcase it. Now, I'm not going to lie, with this method right here, you are not going to get as much MyPoints as you would with method number 1. And that is because with method number 2, we are not going to be able to throw as many alley-oop assists as we are in the first method. And as you know, alley-oop assist gives you the most amount of MyPoints when you do them. But since we're paying attention to the challenge that it gives us, it kind of restricts the way that we are able to play and we're not going to be able to really throw any lobs at all because we are trying to complete that challenge to get the badge multiplier. Now, if you're looking to progress your badges as fast as possible, then this method right here is going to be for you, and you are going to get some MyPoints as you were doing this. But again, it really doesn't compare to method number one. Method one in terms of getting MyPoints is really unbeaten. Now, the next thing that I'm going to talk about is how to get hot zones and lethal zones the fastest. Now, the reason hot zones and lethal zones are so important is because they give you a boost in your green window. Hot zones are going to give you a very big boost in your green window compared to the other two zones, which are neutral and cold. And then lethal zones are going to give you the biggest green window boost possible. Now, as you can see on my 2K card right here, literally every single zone except for some paint zones, which don't really matter that much, is a hot zone. The way that you get hot zones is very simple. Literally all you want to do is just shoot good from that certain zone on the court. It doesn't really matter what mode you do that in, but as long as you shoot good in it, you're going to get a hot zone there eventually, and it really won't take that long. But the way you get lethal zones is going to be a little bit different, and it is going to be at the Art of Shooting gym. The way that you can find the Art of Shooting gym is right here on the map. As you can see, it is right across from the open court athletics training gym. And then once you are here, you want to go ahead and go in. And then when you go in, you are going to see lethal shooter right here with a yellow logo above his head, and you want to go ahead and talk to him. But before you talk to him, you want to make sure that your game difficulty, I don't think you can change it in here, but you want to make sure your game difficulty is on rookie. But yeah, once you make sure your game difficulty is on rookie, you want to go up and talk to lethal shooter. You want to go ahead and skip this cutscene, and it is going to give you 3 different options to pick from: 1 zone 1 week, 2 zones 2 weeks, and 3 zones 3 weeks. Each of these options give you a different number of zones. 1 zone 1 week, of course, is going to give you 1 lethal zone. 2 zones 2 weeks is going to give you 2 lethals, and then 3 zones 3 weeks is going to give you 3 lethals. What I would recommend you do, I would recommend you learn your shot and then come do 3 zones 3 weeks, because it is definitely going to pay off. Having 3 lethal zones wherever you decide to put them is really going to change the game for you. So that right there is what we're going to pick, and then it makes you pick what zones you actually want to make lethal zones. For me, I always pick the 3-point left center, 3-point center, and 3-point right center. Of course, you can pick whatever you want, but for me, those are the best ones. Once you go ahead and pick your zones you want to advance, and then it is going to make you do a shooting workout against lethal shooter. Now, like I said, this is not easy. Even on rookie mode, it's still going to be a little difficult, so you kind of got to lock in for it. You want to make as many shots as you can, because sometimes he will make all of his shots. Now, if you do mess up, what you want to do is you just want to close app. So like, I didn't mess up yet, so I'm not going to close app, but literally what you want to do, you just want to pause it. Don't quit, because if you quit, it will count. But you just want to close app if you mess up. But yeah, once you beat him with your score, you are going to unlock a lethal zone in whatever zone you picked, and I'm going to catch y'all once I beat him in the shooting contest. As you can see, I have just beat lethal shooter in the shooting contest. Again, if you fail, I recommend closing app. But as you can see, all 3 of those hot zones that I picked are now turned into lethal zones. But yeah, if you are trying to upgrade your build to its max potential, you need to make sure that you get your hot zones and lethal zones, because it is going to be a game changer for you. Getting into the last thing I'm going to talk about in this video, but it is also really important, and that is going to be unlocking Rebirth. As you know, grinding your build out to 99 overall is a very annoying process, and it's probably why you clicked on this video, but Rebirth actually removes this process altogether. The entire point of Rebirth is the higher tier Rebirth that you have, the higher max overall you can upgrade new builds to when you first make them, and the higher minimum badge tiers you immediately have as well. To unlock the ability to get Rebirth, you have to start the Rebirth quest by talking to Ronnie2K outside of the NBA arena, and once you do that, you'll be able to unlock the 4 different tiers of Rebirth, which can all be seen on screen. You can also see the benefits of each tier of Rebirth as well. Legend is the best, but in my opinion, I'd really only aim for gold. The only difference between Legend Rebirth and Gold Rebirth is the badges that you get immediately on the build. And like I said, badge grinding isn't really that hard, so I wouldn't really view Legend Rebirth as that much better than Gold Rebirth. But the main thing about making a new build is always grinding the overalls. But if you have Gold Rebirth, the highest overall build that you have is now what you can upgrade brand new builds to the second that you make them. For example, if you don't have Rebirth, the highest overall that you can upgrade a new build to is 85 overall. But if you have Gold Rebirth unlocked and you have a 99 overall build, even if you only have one 99 overall build, you can upgrade every single build in the future to a 99 overall immediately without grinding any overalls. Progressing your build to 99 is one thing, but getting the VC to upgrade it is a whole nother thing. In that video, I'll give you all of the best VC methods in NBA 2K26 so that you can upgrade as many builds as you want.